This is probably my favorite Genesis album. When you first start this album with Dance on a Volcano, the first track, it already sounds very mysterious, like you don't know where this is going. And then the chords, while Phil sings, already cement that thing. That's where I got grabbed by this song, you know? This album in particular, it's Genesis proving themselves that they can continue without Peter. And the ending of this was criticized by the band, like, no, it's too much. The song is already good as it is. But I feel like the ending is necessary because it's one of the most complex sections of the song. It's a good showcase of the power of the band at the time. After we leave the prog track, we go into this mesmerizing melody and rhythm with Entangled, which is a song that, well, I listened at the hospital, and for a moment I felt like, no, I don't need to listen to this anymore. But it's actually, I started listening to it again, and I'm actually, I don't know, it's so mesmerizing. It gives you this atmosphere that with how the instruments sound. The lyrics also make my imagination go, so it's a pretty fine tune. And then the ending solo, it just elevates the song more, as it is already. It's already a song that you want to just play in the instrument as soon as you get the instrument, you know. When I first heard the Squonk, I wasn't happy with it. It was too repetitive, too long, and I still believe that it's a bit longer than what you expect. But I like the changes in the chords. I like the simplicity of it. The voice is, it's very fun to sing this song, but also it requires a bit out of you. And the thing is that the ending, I love it, but it cuts out short. So I don't know. Squonk, I love it, but it's not a song that I will listen to every time. But I believe that, well, Genesis said that this was the first time that they experimented with getting a sound kind of like Behind the Lines or Dodo, with the boom explosion introduction, you know. Then we reach Madman Moon, which is a song that feels like a prototype version of One for the Vine, but for me, it's its own thing. And it was made by Tony, obviously. It's heavily keyboard based, and that's something that I want to point out, because this album, it was composed mostly by Tony Banks, but the thing is that the sound is very of guitars, you know. It has tons of guitars and 12-string guitars and whatnot. But then, in any case, Madman Moon is the keyboard piece, you know, of the album. It's very romantic. It really gets into my heart. It's very sentimental. I like the changes that, I don't know how to explain that section. I need to hear it, but it's a bit long, but it's awesome. The instrumental part, I just love it. It's like being in a movie. But then the lyrics, the song becomes a bit dull with, "Hey guy, I'm the Sandman, I got news to you." That part, it's not very good, but other than that, Madman Moon is just great. I need to be in a certain mood to listen to it, but whenever I listen to it, I love it. Robbery, Assault and Battery. It's extremely hard, especially on keyboard. I think that Madman Moon and Robbery, Assault and Battery are the songs that Tony said that he couldn't play anymore because of how hard they were. And for me, it's insane because they actually played Robbery, Assault and Battery live, and it's so hard, you know. It's like Sleeper Man a bit. And that's another thing I want to point out of this album. They got many ideas from The Lamb as well. But anyways, Robbery, Assault and Battery, it just changes all the time. It's insane. It's a song. It's a joke song. That's the thing. It's insane that it's a joke song. It's probably one of the most complex ones, besides Whodunit, of course. Then we reach Ripples. Whodunit being the ugliest Genesis song, Ripples is probably the most beautiful Genesis song ever. There are people that say that this is the most beautiful song ever created. I think that this song also works not as a prog piece. It could work as an overall Genesis song like the Carpet Crawlers, for example, which is considered like the song that represents the band in its entirety. Then we reach A Trick of the Tail, which is the intended single of the track, and it's good. I like the lyrics, I like the structure. It's a bit simple. It's weird because I feel like Ripples is more suited for that, you know. And I am going back to Ripples again because I like the interplay between the guitars and the keyboard. I feel like A Trick of the Tail and Mad Bad Moon are what made One for the Vine eventually. A Trick of the Tail talks about a new race of creatures, and One for the Vine also. And it also has that interplay between the idea that the song establishes, and then the song goes into another idea that it reutilizes some of what was said, but it inverts the meaning of it. And I really like that. But I also want to point out that the album has been so great that A Trick of the Tail often gets buried. That's why people don't listen to it very much. And lastly, Los Endos, which is the album closer, of course, the one that was played live all the time. The jazz rhythm and the speed of the start of the song in drums, it's so difficult. That's why it's difficult. It's the speed, it's the maintaining of all those two rhythms at that speed without failing. And the song goes back into Dance on a Volcano, goes back into Squonk, and that's great. And it also often feels very mysterious, and I like how it starts also, because it starts with the you know. And if you hear this one in the Phil Collins album, the jazz album, you will be surprised because this song works so well for that setting. That's what I think about this album. I just love it. I listen to all the songs all the time, except for probably A Trick of the Tail. I say Entangled and Squonk, but actually I do listen to Squonk, and I sing it all the time. So I don't know. I just love this album. It's just a great time hearing it. I can hear it from start to finish. I often don't do that because of time, but when I do it, I just love it. Happy 50th anniversary to this album. It was on February. I already reviewed Invisible Touch, so I don't need to talk about that one, but I need to talk about this one. And I feel like, hopefully I did it justice, but I feel like there's a lot more to talk about this one. It's very complex, and there are many videos about it. In fact, I'm gonna say this. I don't know if you know about Rick Beato. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but the two times that he has gone deep in Genesis songs, those two have been from this album. I hear so many cool things, and I hear so many of early Genesis here, of future Genesis here. This is pure matter Genesis, and if you are a Genesis fan, you should care about this matter. That's what I wanted to say. That's the phrase. Okay, thank you for watching, and see you soon.